When you jam on the brakes, this moves upwards and tightens your brake drums. So as your shoe material wears down, this automatically pushes the shoes outwards so that your drum brakes will work. So it looks like we're good to go. Next, we need to bleed the brakes, but you want to have the drum on to do that. But before we do that, the drums are coated with an oily coating to prevent rust. Oil and brakes don't mix, so spray the inside of the drum with brake clean and then wipe it down with a clean towel to remove the oils. Next, use a metal wire brush to knock off the rust buildup on the hub face so it's smooth and flat. And so the drum comes off easier next time, put a thin layer of anti-seize on the hub surface. And with the brake adjuster all the way closed, let's get the drum on. Now we're ready to bleed the brakes. I have a whole video on how to bleed and flush brakes and make a one-person bleeder just like this. So if you want more information, check that video out. But it's really simple. All you need is a wrench and some brake fluid. So let's get it done. You want to remove the rubber cap from the bleeder and make sure you don't lose it. Next, you want to get a closed end wrench and go right over the bleeder valve. And then you're going to connect your hose right over that valve so it's nice and snug. Now we can turn the wrench to crack the bleeder valve open. And you can see the brake fluid is starting to come out already. You want to make sure the hose is angled upwards so any bubbles that come out float to the top and don't get sucked back into the wheel cylinder. Now we want to press on the brake a few times to remove all the air. When bleeding the brakes, press the brake with a firm but smooth motion and then let off slowly. You're going to want to repeat this a few times. And any air that was once trapped in the brake lines is now removed, so tighten that bleeder valve, remove the hose and the wrench, and then don't forget to add your cap. Now we need to top off the brake fluid in our master cylinder, and that's the master cylinder right there. You can see on the master cylinder there is a max line, and sometimes there's a minimum line. You don't want to fill it over the max line. And anytime you remove the cap to the master cylinder, right before, you want to wipe it down so no debris gets inside. It's also a good idea to use brand new brake fluid. You want to make sure that your brake fluid has a